During the Third Reich, millions of Germans received news about the events of the Second World War through newsreels shown in cinemas, particularly through the famous state weekly known as Die Deutsche Wochenschau. However, after Germany's defeat in May 1945, the Allied occupation authorities completely reorganized the system of cinematic information. Rather than suppressing it, they chose to make use of its enormous capacity for dissemination. As a result, newsreels emerged in each occupation zone intended to portray the reconstruction of the country and to project the new political order that was beginning to take shape. One of the best known appeared in the Soviet occupation zone, Der Augenzeuge, the Eyewitness, produced by the state film company DEFA, which premiered on the 19th of February 1946. Each edition lasted between 10 and 15 minutes and was screened in cinemas before the main feature film. Over time, the newsreel would reach more than 2,000 editions and become one of the longest-running informational productions in East Germany. Like many newsreels of the time, it served a dual purpose: to report on everyday life in the post-war years while simultaneously conveying the political vision of the new system. However, one of its most memorable sections had a very different aim. In the spring of 1946, the newsreel introduced a new segment. Known under the title "Children Are Looking for Their Parents," the idea, suggested by the German writer Erich Kästner, sought to use cinema as a tool to reunite families separated by the conflict. The format was simple. The camera showed the face of a displaced or orphaned child. On screen appeared the child's name, place of origin, or any available information. Finally, an appeal was made to the public. If anyone recognized the child or knew the whereabouts of their parents, they were asked to inform the authorities or relief organizations. According to cumulative records that can now be consulted in the archives preserved by the DEFA Foundation, the institution dedicated to preserving and promoting the cinematic legacy of the former German Democratic Republic, around 400 children were reunited with their parents before the segment concluded in January 1949.
Karl-Heinz Leier aus Berlin. Frau Stroll aus Rastenburg in Ostpreußen.
Das Kind ist namenlos. Gefunden am 24. Januar 1945 auf dem Bahnhof Pankow-Schönhausen. Ein 18 Monate altes Mädchen, gefunden vor über einem Jahr auf einem Feld in Wandlitzsee.
Christiane Körber aus Danzig. Meine Mutter hat sich vergiftet und mein Vater war zuletzt auf Fehler auf einem Kriegsschiff. Wir suchen unsere Muttis und Vatis, bitte helft sie uns wiederfinden.